Good evening. I am Tom Burkhart, principal of Maine-Endwell Senior High School, and I'd like to welcome all of you to our 56th commencement of the Maine-Endwell Central School District. At this time, could you please welcome Mr. Julian Layton, President of the National Honor Society, as he leads us through the Pledge of Allegiance. And please rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, please give a warm welcome to Mr. Jason Van Fossen, Superintendent of Schools, for his welcome address.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and welcome everyone to, as Mr. Burkhart said, our 56th commencement. I also want to thank Julian for that wonderful Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you again, Julian, for that. Wow. As I'm looking at myself on the screen, seeing that I have some work to do this summer. This is my favorite night of the year, and although it's the last day of school, it's my favorite because it's the biggest celebration we have, which is graduation. So how about one more round of applause for our class of 2018? It is a great honor to be able to address the class of 2018. And when you think of graduation or commencement, it's really an impressive accomplishment. A high school diploma is a challenging and sometimes difficult achievement. So again, while you are closing one chapter of your lives, you're also beginning another. And that's a pretty cool event and accomplishment all at the same time. So I know tonight we're going to celebrate and give thanks to many people, family, your parents, relatives, your classmates, teachers, faculty, the school community. But I too want to acknowledge and say thank you. And I want to give thanks to you, the class of 2018. So I want to thank you, first of all, for providing us with a lot of laughter. Your misspellings, your mistaken historical facts, your shoes on the wrong feet, coats on backwards, mispronunciations, stories that maybe you weren't supposed to share. You've given us a lifetime of memories that we're not going to forget, and we want to thank you. We also want to thank you for providing us with the feeling of accomplishment. 100% on that vocabulary test. Understood a math concept that we tried really hard to make sure you could understand, and you did. And even helping out a classmate, showing that those lectures on kindness and patience and compassion were heard. I want to thank you. We want to thank you for making good decisions, which isn't always easy. We want to thank you for putting forth your best effort. Even when you may have been tired or hungry or angry or upset, you did a really good job of not letting us know. I want to thank you for being role models, for standing up for someone or something when a reasonable or opposing viewpoint was necessary. I want to thank you for doing what you said you were going to do, for being on time, for cleaning up after yourselves, for empathizing with others, regardless of whether or not it was cool or popular. I want to thank you for making us proud, literally us not able to hold back our enthusiasm and saying, those are our kids or that's my child because of what you did. I want to thank you for showing class and dignity when decisions or outcomes didn't come as you had expected or hoped. And I want to thank you for showing that our future is bright, our country is in good hands, and the world is a better place. So class of 2018, thank you for sharing your time with all of us. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Van Fossen. At this time, would you please welcome Miss Zoe Murray, Maine-Endwell Senior High School Student Council President and Acting Board Member this year, for her address. Zoe Murray.
Hi, everyone. So before I really start talking, I feel like it's only fair to you guys to let you all know that I've never actually written or given a graduation speech before. I know, shocker, right? But try to have some faith in me. When I started writing this speech about 3 hours ago, or 3 days ago, I was well aware of my lack of experience. So I did the logical thing and turned to Google. I kid you not, I spent no less than 5 minutes researching how to write a graduation speech. So I wouldn't go as far as to call myself an expert on the topic, but I'd say I'm pretty close. Anyway, I got a list of themes from Google that are common to speak about, and I narrowed it down to the 3 most cliche to be safe. First theme, believing in yourself. You. Yeah, I believe in you. And you, and you, and you, and you, and everyone in this room. And Google suggested that this speech be 10 to 15 minutes, but I took a wild guess and said you guys don't want to listen to me for 10 to 15 minutes, especially when like 9 of them are me saying "and you" over and over again. So I'll save us the time and say, I believe in every person in this room. Just imagine I pointed at you. I mean, I even believe in myself. And I know the theme is to believe in yourself, but a lot of people have a hard time with that, so maybe it'll help them out if they know another person believes in them. All right, I think we covered that one pretty well. Next theme is following your dreams. In order to do this, you first have to believe in yourself. See why I covered that one first? There's a quote out there, "I have a dream." Now, I really hope that most, if not all, of you know who said that, but for those of you who don't, I will save you the embarrassment of asking the person next to you and say it was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Now, I've had loads of practice analyzing quotes in English class for the last 6 years, so after analyzing this particular quote, I have come to the conclusion that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had a dream. Now, one thing that he and I have in common is that I too have a dream, and I'm sure a lot of you in this room also have that in common with Dr. King. So here's the thing. You need to follow that dream, because that dream is not going to follow you. You need to put in the work and time in order to achieve your dream, no matter how hard things may seem. Remember that. All right, this brings us to the last theme, the power of hard work and perseverance. In most cases, achieving your dream takes a lot of effort, also known as hard work and perseverance. Now, this may not be the most appealing thing in the world. I know I'm not always a fan of these two things, but I'm sure that most people who are not currently in a blue cap and gown know the importance of hard work and perseverance. And to everyone who is currently in a blue cap and gown, including myself, we should trust those around us. One day, some of us may be sitting in their seats after all. On that note, I just want to thank all of you guys for a great 4 years of high school, and shout out to all of the amazing teachers who have helped us get here. Congratulations to all of you. It has truly been an honor. Now go out there and start achieving your dreams. Thank you.
Thank you, Zoe. Great job. Would you please welcome back to the stage Mr. Jason Van Fossen as he presents our Distinguished Teachers Awards. Tonight's honorees were voted on and specifically chosen by the class of 2018. Mr. Van Fossen?
Thank you, Mr. Burkhart. And forgive me. First of all, the Distinguished Teacher Award is an annual award that the class, in this case 2018, chose. So it's a very distinguished, as it's mentioned, award. But before we honor our distinguished teachers, as all of you sitting in the audience tonight, and obviously our guests and our graduates, I think all of us know, and I know I'm biased, Maine-Endwell Central School District is the premier school district in Broome County, and Tioga County for that matter, and beyond. And it takes distinguished support staff, and it takes distinguished transportation, cafeteria, administration, all those that make all of the pieces of this school district operate and premier, along with the Board of Education that is supportive as well. So tonight, I want to just make sure that we honor everyone who makes this school district premier, and in particular, the faculty, our teachers. So Dave Burgess is the author of a book, and if you've ever read the book or heard the book, Teach Like a Pirate. I believe chapter 3, if not, I apologize, may have best summed up criteria for what makes a teacher distinguished in the eyes of those consumers, the student. So the two criteria that Mr. Burgess mentioned was, if students didn't have to be in your classroom, would you be teaching in an empty room? Question 1. Question 2, if your lessons required tickets to participate, would students be willing to purchase them? So when you think of those two questions, it's clear that the graduating class of 2018 knew the answers to those questions. And so tonight, our distinguished staff, I want to say congratulations, because clearly you made a difference to these students sitting before you, and congratulations again.
First, we have, if you could please come up and accept the award from Homer Brink, Diane Gibson Smith. Next, we have Mrs. Molly Guzman. Mr. Joseph Zaverton. Mr. Taylor Norton. From Maine Memorial, Heather Chittister. Andrew Ewing. Dawn Gould. Deborah Pomeroy was unable to attend due to a prior commitment, but she wanted to let the class know that the students that she had would like to say, I would love this class to know that I have faith and confidence in their ability to be successful. Mr. Jim Tokus. From the middle school, Kim Cole. Molly Hawley. John Schappert, who is unable to be with us tonight. Yeah, bummer. Mr. William Underwood. Now from the high school, Carrie Chesna. Stephen Hughes. Michael Lorenz. Rachel Murat. And finally, Mrs. Renee Schmidt. Right before my speech. Thank you, Mr. Van Fossen, for the help, and congratulations to all of our distinguished honorees. At this time, would you please welcome the Maine-Endwell Senior High School class of 2018, Salutatorian, Mr. Dean Plaskin.
Hello. Mr. Burkhart forgot to mention, I'm also the class president, so I'm going to begin with the class president's speech. It's brief. Maine-Endwell is a place where teachers encouraged us to break the status quo and define ourselves as we choose, where a jock can cook up a mean creme brulee and a brainiac can break it down on the dance floor. A place where one person, if it's the right person, changes us all. Maine-Endwell is having friends we'll keep for the rest of our lives. And I guess that means we really are all in this together. Once a Spartan, always a Spartan. You guys can thank Troy Bolton for that one. And now on to the real speech. Last summer, I looked to senior year with dread and sadness. I saw before me my final years walking the halls. My final year being next to my family of 190 kids. My final year as a teammate to so many. My final year with the most amazing school district. And my final year being surrounded by the community I grew up in and love. It was my final year to do this or that. I couldn't picture myself anywhere else. I thought come this time next year, I would be lost, knowing that this was a final goodbye, that I would no longer see my friends and teachers daily. And while this final goodbye is sad, it is also very exciting as we look to the future. While graduation marks the leaving of people and the ending of some friendships, it more importantly marks the start of our future and the start of our lives. It is where we celebrate what we're going to go out and do in this world. Graduation is when the community turns towards us to lead their future. The problems of our country and of our world are being passed on to us. And it may seem daunting, but we are prepared for this. 13 years of schooling wasn't for nothing. Our teachers have equipped us with the necessary skills and lessons to tackle these problems. Our community has helped us grow into the leaders of tomorrow. So today, we step up as those leaders. Now is when we find our role in society. And to some, this may come easy. To others, it may seem impossible. But that's all right. It takes time to find your purpose. And it might just change in a few years. But as you search to find your role, I'd like you to remember a few things to help you be successful. First, do not let high school define you. Whether it was a low GPA, lack of involvement, or how many friends you had, that is not what defines you. What defines you is what you choose to do going forward. So learn from the mistakes of your past and forge onward in the life you want to live. Second, never compare yourself to others. Each and every one of you has something special, and you should never forget that. One of the greatest psychoanalysts of all time, Sigmund Freud, once said, "The only person with whom you have to compare yourself is you in the past." So instead of comparing yourself to others, just look back at your middle school self, who didn't know the difference between World War I and World War II, or your elementary school self, who couldn't add numbers larger than 10, and see just how far you have come. You should always want to look back on yourself, your past self, and be proud of who you are. Third, Hakuna Matata. For those of you who don't know, it means no worries. And despite it coming from a children's movie, these two words have really helped me, and I think they can help you as well. We all learned in Mr. Ocker's class why zebras don't get stomach ulcers. It's because they don't experience chronic stress. This phrase helped me be more like a zebra and avoid stress. I don't worry about stuff that I can't control because it doesn't accomplish anything. If it's out of my control, I just accept it. In regards to stuff that is in my control, I also don't worry about it. But not because I don't care, but because I then take care of it. Say you have a big paper due soon, and instead of worrying about it, you just took care of it. I know it's easier said than done. Trust me, we've all been there. But starting is the hardest part, and once you start, the worry goes away. So don't let the worry build up, because worrying gets in the way of enjoying life, and life's just too short for that. Fourth is some advice from one of the greatest tech leaders of our time, Steve Jobs. He once said, "Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do." You will know when you find what you love to do. Steve Jobs was fired from his own company, but instead of giving up, he persisted and created yet another revolutionary company, Pixar. He also started another computer company that was eventually bought back by Apple. Steve Jobs changed the world and directly impacted millions of people's lives by doing what he loved. Now, I'm not saying you have to be the next Steve Jobs, but what I am saying is once you find what you love, you are sure to be doing great work, which will be changing the lives of others. Finally, appreciate and love those supporting you. Whether it be your family, friends, teachers, or coaches, they have all played such an important role in your growth thus far. You should cherish those relationships as you depart and never forget those who made you who you are. So now I thank you. I thank the Spartan community for always being there with heaps of love and support. I thank you all for supporting me and supporting each other. So with these lessons, forge onwards in your life and be the change that you want to see. Make your teachers and parents proud, but most importantly, make yourself proud. To conclude, I want to leave you with a final quote. "The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today." Franklin D. Roosevelt. Thank you.
Dean Plaskin, everybody. Congratulations on all your fantastic accomplishments this year, on class president and as well as salutatorian. And thank you for a great job on that 2-for-1 speech. We appreciate that. Would you please welcome at this time the Maine-Endwell Senior High School class of 2018 valedictorian, Miss Emma Kindig.
Please excuse the interruption, but I have some important announcements to make. It's a great day to be a Spartan, right, Mr. Burkhart? Today is graduation. It's been a long road, but we made it through. Many people have asked me if I'm excited to go to Cornell, and I never know how to answer that question. There's so many emotions connected to moving on with our lives: excitement, fear, relief, anxiety, happiness, sadness. With all these emotions, it can be hard to keep sight of what's important. But if there's one thing you remember, it's that you need to find people and things that make you happy and make time for them in your life. I'm lucky that I managed to find those things earlier in my life than most. And I'm especially lucky that I can continue to enjoy those things due to Cornell having a barn with cows and goats and horses for me to work with. Now, as a group, we are very fortunate that Maine-Endwell put such a large emphasis on character education from such an early point in our life. Our teachers taught us more than just the curriculum. They taught us life lessons and how to be good citizens. This puts us at an advantage because many school districts don't do this. I have personal experience with this, as I was in a school district in New Jersey for 4 years, and in my time there, we never had anything close to Maine-Endwell's focus on character. The other thing we are fortunate in is our amazing music program. Our teachers are extremely talented and understanding, and they push us to be our best in everything we do. I especially appreciate everything I was taught by Mr. Linneberry, Ms. Kovacs, and Ms. Rufo, and I know that everyone who had her was equally touched by Mrs. Schmidt. I would also like to thank the rest of my teachers, my friends, family, church family, my boss Ken, my dance teachers, Miss Judy and Miss Erin, my exchange sister Lena, and my girlfriend Jess. They have all had such a lasting impact on my life, and I can't thank them enough for the love and support they have shown me. As we all look to our future, whatever it may be, I know we will cherish our education here at Maine-Endwell, as well as the people who have been here for us. Thank you.
Nice job, Emma. Great job, Emma Kindig. Class of 2018 valedictorian. Congratulations on being the best of the best. Please welcome at this time the high school chorus under the direction of Mrs. Rufo as they perform Oceans and Stars. Please enjoy.
Do you see on your swift travels to the ocean deep? What do you expect to find so far away from home? I'll miss you, promise you won't be gone long. On your way sing out your greatest song. I'll be here upon the shore, waiting for your safe return. Live you will live, grow you will grow, sing you will sing, sing you will flow, you will live, you will live, grow you will grow, sing you will sing, sing you will flow. Friends and rivers go where they must go, leaving us waiting. And when they return, they tell us stories. Stories of oceans and stars.
The Maine-Endwell Senior High School Chorus. Fantastic job. Okay, before my speech, I'd like to acknowledge a very important person who has helped guide the class of 2018 and has been a wonderful member of our administration crew. Would Mrs. Ostrander please come up for a special award? On behalf of the class of 2018 and the Maine-Endwell Senior High School, a special token of our appreciation for everything that you've done. Thank you. Okay, good evening, everyone. Class of 2018, as Emma has mentioned, I know that you've kind of grown accustomed to my announcements over the last 4 years and throughout your entire high school. So I thought for my address, I'd give you your final announcements of the 2018 school year, but also the final announcements of your Maine-Endwell career. So here it goes. Please excuse the interruption. Good evening, students, staff, and families. This is Mr. Burkhart, AKA B. Cook, with your graduation and final announcements. Today is Friday, June 22nd, 2018, and it is a day one on our school schedule. As in the first day in 13 years that you won't have to count days from 1 through 6 or even and odd. Woo! It is also a day one in the sense that this is your first day moving forward for Maine-Endwell schools. As you move forward, we wanted to remind you that one of the most important skills that you learned as Spartans was grit. The ability to keep trying and to persevere through adversity. Which leads us to the quote of the day. A loss only truly becomes a defeat if you don't learn from it and keep going. From one of my favorite people, the first Avenger, Mr. Captain America. I chose a fictional character for today's quote as a reminder that all of us need to keep dreaming and aspiring to be heroes to others. And now, here are the rest of your announcements. If anyone has found 4 large iced teas and one of Mrs. Morant's pairs of glasses, please return them to room 144. Graduates, if you need any materials or advice as you head off after high school, please see our guidance office or main office staff. Or feel free to reach out to one of your former teachers. We will all still be here at your service. Remember, once a Spartan, always a Spartan. Anyone wishing to have their card detailed, please see a graduating senior as they have just completed their last round of work prior to the end of the school year and they're ready for new clients. It is a great day to be a Spartan. It's graduation day. You have done amazing things as students, and an entire community is excited to see what positive changes you make to the real world. Until then, as Brad Cook says, There's always mozzarella sticks in the cafeteria. Good luck, class of 2018, and may you always, always continue to reach for excellence. Thank you. At this time, please welcome Haley Carden, Maggie Milano, and Sarah Walikis, who will now perform the musical selection entitled Go the Distance.
I have often dreamed of a far-off place where a hero's welcome will be waiting for me, where the crowds will cheer when they see my face, and a voice keeps saying, "This is where I'm meant to be." I'll be there someday. I can go the distance, and I'll find my way. If I can be strong, I know every mile will be worth my while. When I go the distance, I'll be right where I belong. Down an unknown road to embrace my fate, though a road may wander, it will lead me to you, and 1,000 years would be worth the wait. It might take a lifetime, but somehow I'll see it through, and I won't look back. I can go the distance, and I'll stay on track. No, I won't accept defeat. It's an uphill slope, and I won't lose hope. When I go the distance and my journey is complete. But to look beyond the glory is the hardest part, for a hero's strength is measured by his heart. Like a shooting star, I can go the distance. I will search the world. I will face its odds. I don't care how far. I can go the distance till I find my hero's welcome waiting in your arms. In your arms.
Seniors, Haley Carden, Maggie Milano, and Sarah Walikis. What a performance. Wonderful job. Thank you, ladies, and thank you for the assistance, Mrs. Rufo. We have now reached the highlight of our ceremony, the presentation of diplomas. At this time, it is my duty and pleasure to certify to the members of the Board of Education and Mr. Jason Van Fossen, Superintendent of Schools, that the students before you have satisfied all the requirements set forth by the New York State Education Department and the Maine-Endwell School Board of Education. These students before you now deserve to receive the Maine-Endwell Senior High School diploma. Would our first group of seniors please rise? Brooke Ann Bokel. J. Robert Bradley. Haley Madison Carden. Bradley Vincent Cook. Cameron Michael Folieski. Gina Frances Goldstone. Zachary N. Green. Farah Mohammed Holloway. Christina Ann Holler. Mackenzie Jade Huff. Lucas Lewis Kaczynski. Teresa Elizabeth Caraban. Jessica Millicent Kennis. Emma Rose Kindig. Hannah Rose King. Julian H. Layton. Lauren May McCarthy. Emily Nicole Miller. Stephanie Brady Mojeo. Zoe Grace Murray. Brianna Claire Owen. Genevieve Irene Pachano. Dean L. Plaskin. Kara Christine Pochkar. H. Caleb George Rayner. Rachel Megan Rosenstein. Haley Catherine Rush. Laura Josephine Sarkeesian. Sarah Regina Schaefer. Haley M. Sinicki. Nathan James Spack. Alexandra Lynn Thompson. Sarah Elizabeth Walikis. Alexis Greer Wanchison. Clarissa Marie Wankel. Chloe Lynn Weir. Sydney Hope Wisniewski. Casey W. Adrian. Casey Green Alston. Angelo A. Abar. Alexander Paul Ballard. Allison Grace Baumgart. Thomas K. Beebe. Justice Scott Bellinger. Jason Robert Bertoni. Brendan O'Neill Bozinski. Zachary C. Bodine. Anthony I. Bonanno. Noah Thomas Brizolara. Tyree Nashawn Broadley. Alan Brown. Brandon B. Brown. Derek Richard Buffington. Audrey Catherine Burke. Kendra Allison Burt. Jordan Christopher Cashelli. Abigail Louise Calderon. Mia Marie Caleo. Angelo John Carlini. Courtney Marie Carr. Caitlin Kathleen Cass. Tyler Thomas Castaldo. Jatrin Chansova. Cole Thomas Clark. Lucinda Jacqueline Cobb. Olivia Renee Cornwell. Jonathan Antonio Crane. Brittany May Curtis. Rebecca Ann Curtis. Maya Elizabeth Dean. Angela Maria DeGenero. Nicholas James DeJesus. Robert William Darrow. Joshua Michael Talbot. Carl Alexander Farrow. Austin Lee Dillenbeck. Corey Michael Dufton Church. Albert Johnson Durkee. Aliona Michaela Dwyer. Victoria Lee May Edwards. Emily Leon Edwards Roan. Erin Joy Every. Joseph K. Ferguson. Jacqueline C. Fields Cole. Jared R. Finsel. Frank Michael Franalizzi Jr. Brandy Lita Gaylord. Michael Joseph Geronimo. Samuel Louis Giordano. Sarah Isa Goldschmidt. Zachary Isidore Goldschmidt. Sierra Madison Gorski. Kaylee Rose Grassi. Brandon L. Gregory. Morgan Mackenzie Griswold. Jacob James Harris. Emily Elizabeth Hess. Adam M. Hill. Dylan Keith Hills. Nathaniel Lewis Hoffer. Oh, get a picture. Jonathan Isaiah Honick Payne. Sierra Lynn Hoyt. Abigail Nicole Hutton. Iris Cassandra Incity. Courtney Ann Kiesler. Catherine Rose Kilmer. John R. King Jr. Lindsay Ann Kinney. Joel David Kisner. Morgan Elise Kittle. Alex Michael Knight. Heather Marie Kreis. Matthew John Kirkowski. Peyton Kuzel. Mick Joseph LaBelle. Alexandra M. Leafy. Stephen Joseph Lagaman. Matthew Robert Mancini. Victoria J. Mapes. Lily R. Matthews. Austin Fitzroy McCann. Madison Nicole McMillan. Paige Elizabeth Merrill. Kelly Danielle Merritt. Frank Calvin Mayer. Maggie Mae Milano. Brandon Robert Miller. Samuel Pinero Miller. Quentin Raymond Minnie. Christopher David Most. Alexandra Bernice Naylor. Samuel Claude Nesmith. Jessica Marie Nicholson. Colin Philip Oliver. Hannah Grace Palmer. Valerie Elizabeth Palmieri. Shaylee Payne. Cody Michael Anthony Petro. Macy Elizabeth Petroli. Madison Dawn Petroli. Jameson Silas Pitts. Spencer J. Porterero. Nicolette Alexandria Provenzano. Frederick Kyle Purpura. Alexander Michael Rader. Nathan Ramirez. Tyler W. Reese. Rebecca Ruth Reynolds. Shane Stewart Reynolds. Gavin Christopher Holbrook Rice. Alex Connor Robitaille. Eric Angelo Roma. Talon Roselle. Juliana Renee Russo. Luke Anthony Russo. Maria Olivia Russo. Paige Hannah Sampson. Ashley Michelle Savage. Morgan Taylor Savoldi. Ethan James Sellers. Hayden Robert Smith. Robert Jeffrey Spearling. Dominic Neal St. Clair. Yeah, go one more. Yeah, got a little. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Right at it. Got it. You good? Good job, buddy. All right. Matthew Joseph Stetz. Emma Jane Stuhlier. Brianna Rosemary Sullivan. Megan Hope Schwartz. Anne-Marie Rose Tanzini. Michaela Michelle Tarvin. Kelsey Hazel Terrell. Spencer D. Terry. Matthew Edward Testani. Aaron Tyler Thomas. Jason Gabriel Thomas. Carson Richard Truman. Austin T. Voorhees. Evan David Wagstaff. Michaela Ann Ward. Rachel Nicole Webster. Tiffany Amber Rose Webster. Chanlacorn, Wirara, Sinrara. Emily Louise White. Hunter Nicholas Wignall. Sable Mallory Wilcox. Oh, that's right. Jared Thomas Woodward. Kaya Lee Wolfolk. Sierra Kamei Zacharias. Congratulations, class of 2018. Now, would you all please stand as Mr. Bradley Cook, accompanied by the Maine-Endwell Senior High School Choir and Orchestra, leads us in singing the Maine-Endwell Senior High School alma mater. The words can be found on the back of your program.
Oh my goodness, I'm doing this. I didn't know we were supposed to sing it. All right. Sing we now of honor, strength and courage bold, our pride in all she stands for, Spartans blue and gold. To those who shared their wisdom,
Thank you, Brad Cook. All right, at this time, will Miss Emma Kindig, valedictorian of the class of 2018, come forward to lead us in the turning of the tassel? That's right to left for those watching at home. Just do it.
Okay. We all good?
Ready?
Ready? Go!
Nice job, Emma. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present to you the Maine-Endwell Senior High School graduating class of 2018. Congratulations.